And good evening, my magic miscreants. Risen Dragon here with a really cool deck tech from Innistrad Midnight Hunt, or at least it's got some cards from Innistrad Midnight Hunt that I think are going to make a difference in the meta. Now, as I've said before, this type of standard, with only about 5 sets, is actually like my favorite time because the decks are more homogeneous. You have a lot of there's some variety, but a lot of creativity. And this is a build that is not so much, it's aggro, but it also has a little bit of mid-rangey and a little bit of control. Really flexible deck, something that I really enjoy playing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first thing about this deck is there's a lot of synergy. It is somewhat of a vampire tribal build, but there's also, again, some elements of control. There's some elements of removal, some elements of aggro as well. So the new cards that are in this particular build are as follows. We have Falkenrath Pit Fighter, which tap a red and tap any other, and you discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards. Activate this only if an opponent has lost life this turn. It really doesn't come in handy too much, but a 2/1 for a 1-drop is actually a really good deal. I like it a lot. You can get some card draw out of it. Really, really, really good card. I think it is. Falkenrath Perforator. Now this one is a little bit more of like a kind of a janky addition, but it deals 1 damage to defending player. This is important because if Vampire Socialite comes down, when it enters the battlefield, it has Menace also. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each other vampire you control. As long as an opponent lost life this turn, each other vampire you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Now, this is a really good card to play in our second main phase, and also to get some creatures down in our second main phase. So, excellent card here. The other one we have is, well, actually, those are the only 3 I think that I'm playing from Midnight Hunt here, aside from our Field of Ruin, which is for any shenanigans with that Exalted Deeds combo. But on to the rest of the cards. So Bloodchief's Thirst, just for some removal. Warlock class really comes in handy because we are going to be killing creatures with this build. And again, if you're not familiar with this, you level it up to level 2. Become, look at the top 3 cards of your library, so you get a little bit of filtering in there. And 6 and a black for level 3 at the beginning of your end step. Each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Does come in handy. Royal Eruption, just 3 damage to the face, always a good idea. Soul Shatter, just to get some of their planeswalkers or creatures off the board, always a good play, especially with the Warlock class. Baleful Mastery. We can exile creatures, or Planeswalker really comes in handy, kind of a late game thing, especially if we have this beast on the board, Emberstorm Predator. Again, you can exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on it. You sacrifice another creature and it gains indestructible till end of turn, and you can tap it. Just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. As well as this beastie right here, Westgate Regent. It has Ward. They have to discard a card. Our opponent has to discard a card. And every time it deals damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. This is our finisher. Basically, if this gentleman hits the board, it's pretty much lights out for our opponent. So sideboard, just a little bit of just to go into a little bit of what the sideboard looks like. We got a few power word kills in there, just in case the Bloodchief's Thirst doesn't do it, or the Soul Shatter doesn't do it. Cinderclasm against any weenie builds. Hungry for More. I almost want to main deck this, but the thing is where it's got, where we have to sacrifice the vampire at the end of the turn. I don't know. I'm more for permanency on this build. But in any case, Duress, always good to have. Discards a card. 2 Baleful Masteries and some Draconic Intervention as well. So that's the deck. It's got an interesting feel to it. It's very flexible, I think. It's just my take on the Rakdos Vampires build that's going around. Plus, if anyone gets the reference of the deck title, I did put a link to the song by a 90s band called Superdrag. They had one really big hit back in like the mid 90s when I was going into high school. I think it was a song called Sucked Out, and then they followed it up with a single called Do the Vampire, which I think is a lot better than anything they ever did. So in any case, I'm going to switch some sleeves around, but as always, my magic miscreants, please leave a like, tell your friends, get them to leave a subscribe. If you're new to my videos, we do a best of 1 and then we do a best of 3. Sometimes we do more, but depending on how things go. But anyways, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Let's get into the games. We are against Thin Blue Line. This is actually a pretty good keep right here. I'm gonna keep this. And they're probably against, we're against some sort of rampish build here. All good. Oh, I think oh, that's a fun one. Oh, yeah, that always fun. So you know what? We are gonna go right to the face, I think. I don't want to deal with that. And then we can just, interesting. Okay. Ooh, a white. Well, guess what? I think we're gonna Soul Shatter that next. As much as I want to get down the Socialite, I do want to play this. Especially if they're mana starved. The Shambling Ghast. Okay. It works. Also probably should have put Spikefield Hazard in here. Rotten Reunion. Okay. So it's like this one gave us fits with let's do Falconwrath Perforator. Let's do this. You can do the Rotten Reunion. Oh, Tainted Adversary is always fun. Sure, they're just gonna attack in. That's okay. They're not. So they're saving the Shambling Ghast for something else. Okay. Well, guess what? We're gonna do Soul Shatter. Soul Shatter. We're gonna leave it as is. Okay, they found a third land. That kind of stinks. If we get a swamp, we're in good shape, I think. They'll probably do the reunion again. These Soul Shatters, man, they're coming in handy. Okay, they'll attack in. I don't know if that's a good idea, but okay, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. Ooh, Field of Ruin. Well, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to destroy that. We are going to put down a swamp. Down a swamp. Maybe. We'll see. Yep. Down a swamp. We're going to swing in. Now, the Socialite is going to get... So they'll probably ramp into something fierce here, but that's okay. So the Regent will come down. Socialite will come down. Maybe. Are you going to counter that? No. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so those beasties are pretty big. Please don't find something else. I can't do it, man. So they're looking at quite a bit of damage here. If they decide to swing. Oh, Champion of the Perished. Always fun. Blade Stitch Scab. Oh, no, not fun. Not fun at all. However, I think we can absorb a few more here. Especially when the Regent hits the board. No? Okay. Well, yeah, they can just take that out. I don't want to do that. We are playing with a little bit of fire here, so gotta be a little bit weary of what we're doing. Bloodchief's Thirst is always a good decision here. I think especially with this, I think we're just going to do that. And we'll save the... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swing in like this. They can't block that because it's got Menace. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our Vampire Socialite down. Unless they have that. Yeah, and now they're going to... Now our Vamps are pretty big. So this is actually like the first game that I've played where we've gotten these cards down. And I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So I have to wonder if they have a counter. Yeah, Soul Shatter. You know what? I'm fine with the Soul Shatter here. If they counter it and put down the... Okay. So there they go. Alright. Yeah, let's swing. Alright. Yep. Oh! That's no fun. No, I don't know. Do they have anything hasty? If they have something hasty, we're in trouble. Oh. Probably should have seen that one coming. But that is a zombie dragon. We don't have a warlock class either, so I'm guessing they've got something that can drain me for 1 here. Can they get over that threshold? Okay. Maybe. Nope. No, let's see. I think we may have him. We got him. Woo! Woo! Skin of our teeth, gentlemen. And ladies. And everyone in between. Let's go to the best of 3. And we are against Kuroi Hisagani for our best of 3 matchup. And not liking this one because we don't have a black source, so this one is better. We have to ditch one of the predators, but that's okay. I probably shouldn't have kept that, but it's all good. We are on the draw, so let's see where we're at. We're against, okay, standard size deck. They mulled to 5, so okay. Ooh, that helps. That helps. So let's see. Neverwinter Dryad, huh? Okay. You know, we're gonna Royal Eruption you because I don't want you ramping into stuff. So there we go. Okay. Jaspara Sentinel. Another blue. Okay. Let's do this. Falconmouth. Pufferator. Guessing that's gonna get trounced of some way, shape, or form. Maybe not. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to swing in. It'll ping. They'll block. Okay. And we've got 2 3/3s on the board. Fun stuff. Quandrix Cultivator. Well, guess what? So this is some sort of ramp build. I'm going to go with this. That comes into play with as a 5/5. Yeah, have fun. Now the Quandrix Cultivator. Well, there goes our Menace. But I have a stinging suspicion. Yeah, they're not going to attack him. That's okay. Alright, so let's do this. Let's pump our Faceless Haven into play. And let's do this. Let's just, let's swing. So we will do that. You do that. So you have to block. Okay, so they're taking quite a bit of damage. Yikes! Okay. Sticks. Deceive. I think Cyclone Summoner's coming down next. Alrund's Epiphany, okay. Okay. So they'll swing in with the Cultivator. Our lives just got a little bit trickier. That's so good. Another Alrund's Epiphany, okay. Well. Okay, well, we get another turn. Now watch, do 3 in a row here. 3 in a row? 3 in a row Alrund's Epiphanies. Cyclone Summoner next. New. Okay, so now we don't top deck anything fun. So we're not going to attack in. Gosh, 2 Alrund's Epiphanies in a row. Should have seen that one coming. Because now they've got so many chump blockers that it doesn't make much sense to do anything. As far as that's concerned. Essica's Chariot. Okay. Alright. Getting all the lands I need. Not fun. So I think we keep this anyways because of the fact that we just have so much, and they'll throw down the Hall of Storm Giants. And throw down the Hall of Storm Giants. They can get that in. All right. Well, they decide not to. Okay. Westgate Regent is fun. I'm thinking this is going to get countered. It's going to eat a counter here. Oh, maybe not. Okay. The problem is we can't really divide by 0. Yeah, you know what? We are going to say good game. The reason being is we get that there's just too much for us to go through there. So I'm going to take out Baleful Mastery. I'm going to put in Cinderclasm. That way it can deal with any of the tokens that come through. So, see how we do. Though admittedly, oh, that's a tough one. You know what? We're gonna keep it simply because we can filter with the Warlock class, and we've got a Blood Chief's Thirst. Now, Ramp is definitely a popular one at the moment. We do have Field of Ruin. So that one's actually a good keep there. Alright, and Jespara Sentinel. Well, I really want to find... We can take a little damage here. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright. So... Got Root Coil Creeper. Interesting. Alright, well, let's do this. Let's put that down. Here's what I'm thinking. Blood Chief's Thirst. Root Coil Creeper. Falconwrath Perforator. We drain them. And we go from there. Neverwinter Dryad. Okay. Another Warlock class. The problem is I don't want to... Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put down the Falconwrath Pitfighter. And we may get divided by 0 here. No. Let's put another Warlock class. That one, no. Okay. You know, let's attack. Ping them. If they block, I mean, that's... Okay. They'll just search... Oh, they didn't search their library for a card. Okay. I'm okay with that. Now we can Soul Shatter them next turn. Yes, that, I had a feeling that one was coming down. So... You know, Simic Ramp is nothing to sneeze at. That's actually a pretty good archetype. Royal Eruption, eh? Well, guess what? Soul Shatter comes first. Unless they have a counter. They got something. Maybe? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Fading Hope is also a cool one. So at least And we're getting some drain here with the Warlock classes, so... And as you saw, we got them down. We got our... Oh, Brendan 7. Oh, man, this is a fun one.
Calm the tree. Breathe.
They milled themselves. How fun is that? So, by how fun is that, I mean you're gonna get Soul Shattered again. Falkenrath Pitfighter. Now, it doesn't count... Now, the Planeswalkers obviously don't count towards your creatures, but... Oof. Okay, Lair of the Hydra is coming down. Not fun. It's alright, we'll take some damage. We will take some damage. And, we're gonna Royal Eruption them. We are gonna filter through for some land. And let's pick up a... Yeah, let's pick up a Swamp. As much as I hate to ditch the Royal Eruption, that would definitely kind of come in handy later on, in case we need to go face. Neverwinter Dryad. Alright. Root Coil Creeper. Okay. Another Root Coil Creeper. Okay. So they just emptied their hand. Alright, fun. Part of me wants to go Field of Ruin. Let's do that. Field of Ruin. Lair of the Hydra. Because I don't need you kicking around. We're gonna do this. Hammerstone Predator. And we're just gonna pass turn. They find another land. Always good. Okay. Then still shatter them. Okay. And we are going to swing in. So we're gonna say the Cultivator goes bye-bye. Cultivator likes to ramp. We bring them down to 4. And next turn I think we can actually get the ultimate off on the Warlock class. Yeah, we got them. Alright. So let's go into the rubber match. You can see that this is actually a very again, very kind of versatile sort of build. We've got quite a bit of removal, we've got quite a bit of you know, just some pretty big beasties. And let's see what happens. Again, we keep this video, so you know what, it's... Yeah, I think this video definitely just shows what this deck can do, but not this hand. Sure, I'll take 3 Soul Shatters and a little bit of removal. Let's hope we draw into a 3rd land, because that'll definitely be fun. Okay, Neverwinter Dryad, you're going bye-bye. So we're doing into all our spot removal. How fun is that? So again, we disrupt early. Ooh, Cinderclasm is always fun. Is that an instant? Yeah, that is an instant. Okay. So, okay, there's that. Okay. Well then. We're just gonna keep passing the turn. Till you put a creature down there, Koroi Hisagani. Guess what? You can take priority. I am going to say you're sacrificed.
The entire forest is in army.
I will use that on a token. I do not care. Actually, I should... Darn it! I should have done the Bloodchief's Thirst. Barf. Root Coil Creeper. Yeah, that's why I kept the Bloodchief's Thirst around. So let's do... Let's do Falkenrath Perforator. That'll be divided by 0. Maybe. Bloodchief's Thirst. That will be divided by 0. Yep. Okay, they booted that back. I would have booted back the Bloodchief's Thirst. But that's just me. They learn. Oh, they just discard it. Okay. This one's kind of a staring contest using magic cards. And we are taking damage because we tapped ourselves out. Okay, so guess what? We are going to say no more on that. Quandrix Cultivator. Well. So shatter. That triggers. We just did not get into any in another one. Okay. We just did not draw into any land this time around. Yeah, I'm thinking we're not much for this world. You know, we do need to put down this, just simply because it acts as a chump blocker for the Hall of Storm Giants. Not the way I wanted this game to play out. But, you know, and there's Arasaka's Chariot. Yeah, take more damage. Alright, good game. Yeah, we just got unlucky that game. Alright, let's go to the post-mortem and see what we can do. Alright. So here we are back in the post-mortem, and as you can see, that third game really didn't go our way. Just got a little bit of, you know, just kind of got land starved or mana starved or whatever. But all in all, I think this deck actually performs really well. I mean, it has some of its flaws, but I think that certainly it's got enough flexibility, it's got enough control, it's got enough beasts to power on through, and quite honestly, I like playing this deck. It's a lot of fun, and hope you kids enjoy it as well. So, as always, my Magic Miscreants, please leave a like, leave a subscribe, and until next time, may all your draws be godlike, may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your day.